All right, welcome in everybody. TCP SuperSystem again today. Coming to you early today. We got a bunch of alerts pinging us off the system. So we're going to go through a couple. And we're also going to show you a great example on one of our favorite tokens, XRP, on what kind of alpha returns you can generate using this system. Now we are putting together, before I actually show you the example and some of the alerts we got today, do want to just show y'all and point y'all to the Patreon page that we've created. There's a couple of different memberships in here, starting as low as $10. You can get, I guess, access to some of these alerts faster than what we would usually post on YouTube, uh, especially when we're getting a lot of alerts in a single day. This would be the best source for you to get those alerts. So just check that out. You can go to Patreon, search Trim Capital, and you'll find it. Just look for the green TCP there. But enough of that. Wanted to show you one post we just put on X. Again, you can follow us on X at TCP underscore SuperSystem. Excuse me. Sorry. But looking here, this is one we posted this morning. This is just an example. And this is XRP. And you can see we actually, let me actually take a step back. I'll show you this first. So I'm going to read this to you and then I'll show you the chart so you can kind of understand it. But so we were able to generate a 419% gain. And that was from November 9th of 2024 till December 2nd. So literally, what, less than a month? And you're talking about 419%. That's pretty impressive. But this is key here. So along the way, we were hitting dark red diamonds, which we'll pull this up and zoom in on it. So we were hitting dark red diamonds, which are typically areas where you'd want to consider scaling out over time. But there were two things to monitor that could have kept you in the trade. So a lot of people will give us a lot of flack saying, well, you hit a red diamond and you didn't sell. How would you have kept in the trade for that long? And we're going to show you that. And there's really two things. It's the green cloud and then it's the mean reversion indicators at the top. So let's actually go into that. So again, here you can see this would have been November 9th to December 2nd. And this yellow up label, that is your confirmed trend reversal. So we were kind of going sideways to down. We hit a potential trend reversal. The confirmation was here, and that started your green cloud or your green uptrend. So that would have been your starting point. Now, anytime you're in this green cloud, you want to try to stay in that as long as you can. Now, granted, you know, the goal of our super system and the way we leverage it is to generate alpha returns. So something that far exceeds your standard 7% that everyone's so excited about. That is not our goal. Our goal is, we do take risk in hopes of generating these alpha returns, but you can see in that short period of time, so again, we started that uptrend and you can see at the bottom down here, this is what we call our hot sensor. So it goes white, gray, blue, yellow, orange, red. So we actually hit the red starting here on this first red diamond. But we knew it wasn't time to exit because if you look at the mean reversion, the indicators at the top, there's three lines here. There's green and red opportunity zones, and then there's the extreme zones that are those hashed lines. And you can see as soon as we hit that first red diamond, all three lines are in that extreme zone. And that's usually people would say, well, it's overbought. Well, it can trend, and you can see it stayed up above those hash lines for all the way to right here. So when that orange and blue line started approaching the hash lines, I mean, that's exactly your top. So, I mean, there's your red, basically hitting off the top of that exit zone. That's pretty much right on it. And then your orange was starting to come back into those extreme zones. So as long as it's above it and we're in the green cloud, you can remain. As soon as they start coming back down, touching off the top of those or penetrating through that, that's your time to exit. So, you could have probably exited multiple times, layered out along the way, and made some pretty nice returns. So that's one way you can use the system. Then I want to show you a couple things today. It's April 12th. It's about 10 in the morning. And I just want to show you just the sheer number of alerts we're producing today. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 alerts so far today. Most of these are potential trend reversal ups, which will be your yellow up triangles. I'm trying to think of, is that all we got? Yeah, that's all we've gotten today. So all potential trend reversals. So you can see like Avalanche is one. We got the potential trend reversal here. Just waiting on the confirmation. You can see this is really great indicators here. So the blue and orange lines are your slower moving lines. They're actually penetrating up through that opportunity zone, which is perfect. At the same time, the red, the fast line that's more volatile, is going up into those extreme zones. So that's a really good sign. And we've got a crossover on the hot sensor from below the midline to above the midline. So this is looking fantastic. SUI, so it came back down a little bit, so it disappeared. So some of these, you may see a signal that disappeared, but we'll see. Yeah, see Cardano, it triggered right here at 65 cents, but now it's trading at 65.65. So it's actually a little bit lower than that. So at 65.84 for Cardano, that triggers that. Shiba Inu, you got your signal there. About to have a crossover here. Kind of the same pattern up here. XRP, there it is. Potential trend reversal. We haven't quite made the crossover yet, but looking pretty similar on the mean reversion. So, given the sheer volume, I would say that we're probably, to us, this would indicate we're close to a bottom here. And looking at XRP as well, it bounced right off the 200-day moving average, that white line. Confirmed downtrend with the red cloud. But if we can maintain here off this level of support and get that yellow up label, that's your confirmation. So then we could see some fireworks as this yellow, orange and blue line penetrate up through that opportunity zone. Can it bounce down? Sure it can. But this is how we leverage it, and this would be areas where we would typically take risk. And obviously with that said, we do have to give you the old disclaimer. None of this is financial advice. It's just us sharing how we use our super system to generate alpha returns. And the signals aren't necessarily buy or sell recommendations, but help you identify opportunity areas to consider in your own strategies and objectives. So it's not financial advice. Algo, we got one here on Algo, potential trend reversal. HBAR, potential trend reversal. AERO, potential trend reversal. And see, this is even better. So AERO here, the dark green diamonds are areas you really want to pay attention to. That's probably our favorite indicator of the whole entire system. And when you leverage that with the rest of these indicators, it really helps identify some areas where you can scale in heavily. So this one, we've come down, we've hit the dark green triangle. We're now getting a potential trend reversal. And then if we can just get the confirmation and these orange and blue lines penetrate through that green opportunity zone, we could be off to the races. So that's just a couple of these alerts. You can see again, we got stacks, AERO, HBAR, Algo. That's just I think that's just total market cap. The total market, yeah, crypto total market cap. XRP, Shiba, Cardano, Avalanche, SUI, BNB, and then the CET. I will say for transparency, we have positions in Cardano, large, XRP, large. HBAR is from a quantity standpoint, is probably one of our heaviest positions outside of a meme coin that we are in. AERO and then stacks. So those are the alerts for today so far. Again, it's only 10:16 in the morning, so usually when you see this heavy volume, that's a good sign that we could be near a bottom here as we go into March and April and into summer. So hope you enjoyed that. We'll probably come back tonight again with some different charts and let you take a look and look at some news. But appreciate you watching. Again, I think we're in the middle of a lifetime generational opportunity that most people will likely miss out on. But if you follow one side, you've got all these tariff concerns. You got the perfect opportunity to blame something when you see a little bit of volatility. It creates a lot of fear. I think we had record fear. The fear and greed index was at a 4 the other day. So I think historically it was one of the lowest readings we've seen. Caused a lot of people to panic sell. Caused a lot of liquidations for people using leverage. We highly recommend that you do not use leverage, which causes people to lose out on their opportunities for the rest of the year. So it can be very, very sad. But certainly when you look at the X's out there like XRP, XDC, XLM, we feel like they're going to be large players in the tokenization space when it comes to real world assets, treasuries, stocks, equities, bonds, debt, real estate. It's all coming. The banks are looking at ways to offer crypto custody services. And on that point, I got something I'll share with you tonight that's coming out of the SEC. I'm sorry, out of the SEC crypto task force. So I'm not SEC, but the White House crypto task force. So we'll share that tonight. Until then, best trading. We'll see you tonight. Thank you.